In this video, we shall see what are the operations that to be performed in column and row in the case of data frames. So first one is we shall see what all are the ways by which we can add a new column or new row in a data frame. First, we shall see how a column can be added up. How a column. So consider the data frame. Here the data frame is result df with these many columns. So Malika is the last column that we are having, so we are trying to add a new column, and let the new column be Preeti with the values 897876. For exam they will be asking like add a new column to the data frame, given data frame. Now the new column name is given as Preeti with these values. So how can you add? Data frame of the name of the column which we have to add as in the new one, then equal sign all the new values that has to be added onto the Preeti. So what happens? A new column will get added up in the name of Preeti, wherein all these are the marks of the Preetis in these corresponding subjects. Next one is how can you add a new row to a data frame? So what is the difference between how to add a new row and column in a data frame? In the case of new row, what's the only thing that you have to do? You have to add an extra dot lock operation. That's the only thing that you can memorize for adding a new row. So what happens? The data frame dot loc of English, in the sense like I want to add a new row English, wherein all these are the values for the English values, and we know that these are the only rows that we have currently. Now after Hindi, English would come in, so these many values we need. So in the question itself, they will be providing all these values. So what is a Python statement that we can give? Data frame dot loc of the new name of the row label, and all the values you can put inside this list. This is how we add. Now next question is how to delete rows from a data frame. So for how to delete a row, in the case of deleting row or column, the same kind of Python statement we'll be using. This is how we have to use data frame dot drop. This is the same statement we have to use for both row and column. We can see what in the case of row we have to be done. We are trying to delete the row label sign. So this sign, so that means second row I want to delete out. What can I do? Result df, in the sense the name of the data frame dot drop bracket the name of the label, that's signs. So signs, and here the axis you have to mention, since it is row you can put like axis equal to 0. It's the way you can memorize this one, axis equal to 0. Now what if it is a column to delete? So to delete a column, they're giving like I have to, some of the column labels have been given, so like Samriti, Ramit, Ria, all together they are asking us to delete the column. So in that way, how can you approach these kind of questions? Similar way as we done for row, data frame dot drop. In the other case, what we have done was like we have written the name of the row label that we have to do. Here they have given 3 column names that has been, so since number of 3 columns they have specified, so you can specify all those 3 columns inside the list, similar like this. And comma, again axis has to be specified, since it is column you can specify it as 1. Now next question is how to rename a row label or column label. So first we shall see how to rename a row label. Here too, for renaming both the columns and row label, both are the same statement that we have to use. Only difference that you see in the axis one. So axis equal to 0 in the case of row, and axis equal to 1 for column label. First we shall see how a row labels can be done. So renaming in the sense like here and word Max will be renamed as subject 1, and science has to be renamed as subject 2, and English has to be renamed as subject 3. So how can you write in as a Python statement? Data frame dot rename. So rename is the function that we have to use. Bracket we have opened, and this is the place where we are closing out the bracket, and we will be having 2 arguments. One argument is this one, another argument is this one. So in the first arguments, we will be mentioning all the old and new values, and for this we will be using dictionary. So inside the dictionary, this will be our old name, colon, new name, comma. If number of renaming option they have given is more than one, so comma separated as comma separated values you can show. So science has to be renamed as subject 2. So English has to be renamed as subject 3. In this similar way, we can specify the all those renamed values. So we are closing out the dictionary, then comma, what is the access that you can give. And along with this, one more arguments that you can give, that is in place equal to true. In place equal to true. And take care, like T has to be capital for this one. In place equal to true. Why you are giving in place? Because once it was come up as one of the question in your model exam. So why in place equal to true? Because this updations we are doing onto our original data frame. That's the reason why if I'm putting in place equal to true, what happens? All these updations will happen onto the original data frame. What if I'm not putting this in place equal to true statement inside this one? What happens? Everything will not be reflected in the data frame. That means after this statement, if I am trying to display print df, this updations won't be reflected in the original data frame if I am not putting in place equal to true. But if I am putting in place equal to true, all these conditions will be reflecting in our data frame, original data frame, and this is the way it will looks like after updations. Okay, so it has to be taken care of. So without mentioning in place equal to true also, it's fine, but for exam it's always better to add these argument to inside the how to add a new rename a row label. Similar is the case with renaming the column label. So only difference that we have is like axis equal to 1. That's the only difference that we have. Similar one, data frame dot rename, all the renamed option has to be put inside the dictionary part, and this is our old name and this is our new name. See, Arnav, that means we are changing the column label. So Arnav has changed to student 1, Remit has changed to student 2. So this will be the second key value pair, and third key value pair Samriddhi will be converted to student 3. This way it gets changed up. So x equal to here 2. One more argument you can give is like our in place value, and in place value has to be put as true, where T will be capital letter. So this also, after this you can put the we can close the bracket. Okay, so this is how these are all the operations that we have to perform for data frames.